Hi, everyone. We will start in just 1 second. All right, it is right around 2:10, so we'll give everybody 1 minute to join just in case they're running a little late, and we'll jump right into the presentation. All right. Well, I respect your time, and I hope you guys respect mine. So it being 2:10, we're starting about 30 seconds after the mark. So we'll jump right on in. My name's Jamie Desmond. I'm with Group Management Services, and I really appreciate y'all taking the time to meet with me today. GMS is a PEO organization that takes pride in assisting with all of your administrative functions. We really strive to help you solve all the HR issues that you face daily. So what a professional employer organization really does is it brings immediate scalability and back office HR support to small to mid-sized companies. So right along the lines of this industry. GMS has been around for 25 years. Since 1996, started off by Mike Cahill. The owner is still very much involved in the business today. And we have a presence in 48 states right now. So we're very aware of the nationwide compliancy regulations as we have experience within 48 states in the United States. We are a certified PEO, which is really just a designation by the IRS. Went through a ton of audits to get that designation. So we are a legitimate partner recognized by the IRS. And with that, we'll kind of jump into how we work with the cannabis industry. With any new industry, there are going to be growing pains and challenges you face before things start to level out with universal standards. This often becomes complicated by differing state regulations as cannabis remains illegal at the federal level. Without further ado, we'll get into the 5 solutions you need to implement to shape your HR structure. Cannabis website Leafly noted that the United States added 77,000 full-time jobs in the cannabis industry. Legal cannabis now supports 321,000 full-time jobs in America. The report went on to note that California, Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Florida nearly doubled their legal cannabis workforce in a single year. In addition to that, there are more legal cannabis workers than EMTs and paramedics nationwide. When pairing that overwhelming growth with the nation, along with facing a workforce shortage, the need for quality candidates has never been higher. That brings me to our first HR solution. We want to reevaluate and ramp up your recruiting. As employers navigate the relatively uncharted territory of an employee's market, the biggest point we can emphasize is the successful recruiting methods you've used thus far, and that they likely won't cut it moving forward. During these unprecedented times, your HR will be working harder to find fewer candidates. There are different facets that make up recruiting strategy. For one, what do your recruiting ads look like? When was the last time you actually looked at them? Better yet, do you even have them, and where are they being posted? Are you placing an emphasis on diversity initiatives to your application process? As outlined by the National Cannabis Industry Association, many states have already passed strict requirements on this. And if they haven't already, they likely will. So it's best to get ahead now. While keeping your recruiting efforts in-house may have worked previously, it may be time to look at outsourcing. Have you ever heard the phrase, do well what you do and outsource the rest? Logically speaking, you are the expert in your industry. You're not expected to know the HR industry too. When you partner with a professional employer organization or HR partner like GMS, our dedicated recruiters manage the entire recruiting process, creating job ads, reviewing and vetting candidates, conducting phone screens, and so forth and so on. Moreover, our partnerships with Indeed give small businesses the same level of recruiting exposure as that of other areas' largest employers. Outside of job ads, another recruiting solution that is heavily discussed right now is the need to invest in cutting-edge applicant tracking system technology, and that is fundamental. If you don't have your own ATS, or if you do but aren't leveraging it properly, changes must be made. A solid ATS is extremely underrated. In fact, it's one of the most popular comments we hear from our clients. They don't originally realize how important the technology is until they see how much it can streamline for them and give them time back. It not only saves you time, but it helps you keep your process organized, giving your potential employees the best recruiting experience, which will set the tone for operational excellence should they come aboard. As every business owner knows, time management directly affects your bottom line. And in an industry as heavily regulated as yours, there's no room for error. That means you must be able to provide documentation and reports at the drop of the hat. That brings us to solution 2, an emphasis on correct timekeeping. The tracking of payroll and timekeeping is important, as inaccurate reporting can lead to major headaches. The main issue being poor morale within your organization if employees aren't paid accurately or timely, which will in turn affect your bottom line. And again, now is not the time you want to be losing those employees. Another factor of accurate payroll lies in the reporting of a diverse workforce of office workers, agriculture workers, bud tenders, and more. This creates complexities when it comes to all of the different employee classifications you have in the cannabis industry. The safe solution to the ongoing wage and hour laws discussions is ensuring payroll accuracy via a flexible payroll system. When GMS manages your payroll, you have full control through an enterprise-level, cloud-based HR portal. Our payroll experts have full knowledge of cannabis business requirements. This includes ensuring your business is compliant not only from a time and labor perspective, but also tax compliance. Managing payroll has become a complex and compliance-driven territory that can have rippling effects on an organization when things go wrong. Which brings me to the next solution. The cannabis industry arguably faces the most complex compliance concerns and workforce management obstacles. As already mentioned, recruiting will be a concern, as will be reporting correct payroll information. But that's just the beginning of it. You have to adhere to the strictest levels of compliance. A major component to cannabis-related HR is proper I-9 implementation and management. As a reminder, new hires can complete their portion of the I-9 as soon as they accept their job offer. Then the responsibility turns to you, the employer, and you have to complete your portion within 3 business days of the new employee's hire date. For newly opened dispensaries with newly staffed or unstaffed HR departments, this can be a huge hit if you miss these deadlines. Don't skimp on this form, as it helps you to ensure your employees' identities and that they are authorized to work in the United States. And even after it's submitted, be sure to retain the forms in case of being audited. The tricky part about compliance in your industry is the fact that it's so vastly different depending on your dispensary's location. For instance, in some jurisdictions, workers can handle cannabis are held to stricter rules than those that don't. So how do you ensure your employees are following the rules that pertain to them and staying compliant? The easiest way to protect your company is developing and updating your company's policies, employee handbooks, and job descriptions. This ensures that nothing is left to chance or assumed on responsibilities and expectations. When you partner with GMS, you receive a dedicated account manager who will keep you in the know with the latest regulations, can help you develop your handbooks, and ensure you're collecting all the proper information to remain compliant. Taking time to review your current HR policies, procedures, documentations, and systems can equip your organization against unforeseen costs. We offer HR audits covering everything from company strategy and specific functions to best practices and compliance. This will help your business reduce costs and improve your HR functions in a fraction of the time it would take to process on your own. In addition, HR audits will help assist compliance with ever-changing rules and regulations to minimize legal and regulatory liability. Our audits cover 4 types to meet your specific needs, including compliance, best practices, strategic audits, and function-specific audits. Deficiencies in any HR function could only result in miscommunication and a lack of productivity, but also fines. Once you have built your workforce, and a quality one at that, you want to make the most of their potential. The time and energy that it takes to make them an efficient contributor to your company is not always available for someone running a business. Training is something that can't be taken lightly, especially in the cannabis industry. While some states require employee registration fees, others require a certain number of education hours to be conducted. But ultimately, you must drive your company's training. A dispensary must have protocols in place that show how the business operates, but it's how you train on those protocols that will make or break your organization. Tailored trainings based on position will be crucial for the industry, meaning how you train your bud tenders can and should be different than how you would train your growers. Again, this is where job descriptions and handbooks will help make the process more effective. With GMS, a dedicated account manager will help design and implement a training program for all levels of your business. GMS also offers a cloud-based learning management system, or LMS, where you can track and monitor your employees' progress throughout their training. This approach allows your employees to feel valued as they grow and improve with your company. In a field with constantly evolving regulations, consistent training is of the utmost importance. Now is the time to set these systems in place, setting your company up for the successful growth of the industry. The 5th and final solution is easily the one most disregarded. Leveraging benefits as a competitive advantage after building a solid workforce, you want to do everything you can to retain quality employees. On average, a higher retention rate can maximize a company's profits up to 4 times. As a business owner, that sentence should pique your attention. Allow me to repeat. On average, a higher retention rate can maximize a company's profits up to 4 times. So how do we retain talent? In today's competitive workforce, leveraging healthcare benefits could set your business apart. And for the employees you already have, this is how you improve your retention rate. According to AFLAC, 49% of your employees will look for new jobs in the next 12 months due to confusion or dissatisfaction with benefits. Gone are the days of just offering benefits. Now your benefits need to not only be competitive, but digestible. The problem is, for smaller size businesses like a dispensary, your rates are astronomically high, and your process could be clouded. This is arguably one of the best benefits of partnering with GMS. We compile all of our 18,000 clients and their 35,000 employees to give you the buying power of a large corporation under our master healthcare plan. We have a wide array of self-insured benefits to suit you and your team. Now your employees are enjoying healthcare competitive to that of a General Motors or Whirlpool, accessible from anywhere at any time. We also offer the various ancillary benefits, ensuring your employees have access to everything they need to feel secure with your company. From dental and vision to short-term disability and life insurance and pet insurance, GMS has options for you and your team. Let your employees know you care about their future by offering a 401k or profit sharing. Group healthcare isn't a one-size-fits-all thing, so our consultative approach ensures you have the right fit. Now let's recap the 5 solutions we've covered today. Reevaluate and ramp up your recruiting, place an emphasis on correct timekeeping, adhere to the strictest levels of compliance, train to retrain, and leveraging benefits as a competitive advantage. Now, my contact information is right here up on the screen, and we're about to open it up to question and answers. But before we do that, I'd like to share some big wins and success stories from GMS. We have a client based in Columbus, Ohio, that had some issues with their workers' comp. Because we were able to help clarify different job codes and implement a safety training, we were able to help them minimize their workers' comp payments as well as give them some rebates back. Another one of our big wins is with our 401k. In the past, we've heard from our clients and customers just like you that they have issues finding 401k companies that help within the cannabis field because of the federal mandates. And if they do find a company or a 401k company that can assist them, they get dropped after the first year. GMS has found a partner within a 401k company that believes in the cannabis industry as a legitimate business and does offer 401k regulated 401k accounts for their employees. One of our last big wins that we're very proud about is we are a preferred partner with the Michigan Cannabis Industry Associations. And with that, I will open up to question and answers. All right, we have our first question. Why is compliance so important in the cannabis industry? Well, Mackenzie, cannabis regulations are established to ensure the safety of the public, as regulators remain concerned about state-level legalization of a Schedule I drug. Now, compliance with regulation is key to avoid fines, license suspensions, and even license revocation. Audits cover 4 types to meet your specific needs, including compliance, best practices, strategic audits, and then the function specific that we spoke about. Are there any other questions? Well, what I can do is sorry. How would your company keep up to date with current industry regulations? Well, with GMS, you have a designated account manager. And what they do is they work within the industry and they follow state and federal regulations. Now, while you're focusing on your business and growing your business, they're doing the research and they're making sure that your company is staying compliant within those regulations. I know that there are even not only state to state there are differences, but also federally there are some differences, or not federally, but regionally within each state, depending on the county, there are some differences. And we stay up to date on those regulations as well. All right. What I will do now is I'll spend the next 20 or 30 minutes or so at the roundtable, at GMS's roundtable. I will update my contact information as well, so you guys will be able to reach out. But I did put it in here if you want to email me if you have any other questions or would like to meet at the roundtable throughout the next 48 hours, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to jump in there and answer any and all of your questions. Really, really appreciate your time. Have a great day.